the JW Report.
Thank you for sitting with us. I know you have a busy schedule, but I'm glad you had the opportunity to be able to interview with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got started in the industry of fashion.
Passion. I was actually working in corporate America and went in business with a friend of mine. And I started a custom clothing business. And this was in Raleigh, North Carolina. So did that for several years before I decided to relocate to Atlanta, where I went to school, undergrad. I graduated from Clark Atlanta University, and just felt I had Atlanta would be a better and bigger market for me. So I came here and been going ever since.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about, I was, looking around the boutique and I was seeing like the collection, and it just seems like it's a very broad selection for all lifestyles. So just tell me a little bit about your collection. Also, with weddings coming up soon, I know that you have a wedding collection, which I think is fabulous. Just tell us a little bit about your collection overall.
Right. So of course, as a designer, we create from inspiration, and I've had some inspirations from my own personal lifestyle. I'm creating a athletic/sport line, and this is driven from my lifestyle. I work out, and I like to look good when I work out, right? And I would like to wear my clothes when I work out.
Exactly.
So, and I feel that I can add value to the space. I think that people would like the vision I have for athletic wear, and so I'm creating based on what I would like, and generally speaking, if I like it, a lot of other people generally like it too.
So I'm into more of like the craftsmanship. So what type of fabrications you use? Do you do everything in house, or do you have a certain atelier, like where you do all of the work, with the craftsmanship of the suits?
I've had several tailors that sew for me. I've had long-standing relationships over many years in which I have trained them to do the things that I want done, how I want it done.
One of the things I like reading about what you do is you actually travel to your client, right? And actually will do custom.
I will, and I have, yeah. Well, I didn't always have a store, first and foremost, okay? So I worked out the trunk of my car for many years, and the only way to see them was to travel to them. I didn't have a location, I couldn't meet them inside my car, so yeah, I would meet. And still do clients at their house, office. I travel a lot sometimes, certain places. I work out of hotel rooms. It just depends on where we are and the needs of my client.
So how many hours does it take to make like one jacket? How many hours go into that?
Well, see, that's a hard question to answer because it's more than just the sewing part and everything you're talking about. You're looking at maybe just strictly production, but once a guy sit down with fabric, well, sometimes we got to source fabrics from different places. So it's not hours, it's weeks.
So do you have like the client, do they come in and they ask for certain fabrications or certain look, or do you have like a swatch book that they could choose from as far as for that particular collection?
I have books. So this is from the books here. Let's see. So this is a book of different options and things
cool.
Guys can pick through. And generally speaking, these are just concepts and ideas that they can look at and say, I like this, I like that. But can you do this to it? Can you change this part or that part? This is just a starting point of the conversation.
That's awesome.
Okay, so a lot of times guys may say, I don't see anything I like in there. I want to do something.
It's pretty fabric there.
You know, I always tell people too, you know, like a lot of guys will come to me with pictures. Maybe someone else did it. Someone came to me this morning, sent me some pictures from a Dolce & Gabbana suit. It's just inspiration.
Very like that cringe.
Right. It's a inspiration, not necessarily what they want. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you gotta. So I found myself a lot of times putting, you know, Miguel Wilson touches on the look, and this comes about versus, you know, the conversation, looking at pictures, looking at different options.
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways it can be done. Right? So we get clients from all over the world, but a lot of guys come to us from on plane or getting a car and drive here, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, and so forth, and for us to do it in coaching.
What has been the greatest source of collaboration for you? As you speak of, you know, you're only one person and you have clients all over the world. What has been some of those key components of collaboration that's really helped you, you know, be able to do what you do?
You know what? In a business, there's so many components. You have tailors. You have even guys that run the operations in the store. Darion, David. These are collaborations. These are, you know, the funnel in which my talent moves through. Right. So it's the UPS guy, the FedEx guy. I look at all these relationships as key to my success, and so I manage that. I try to show appreciation at every level. You know, the customers, the marketing guys, you guys. This is a collaboration, you know, for you to work with me and to highlight me is, I don't look at that lightly. I think, you know, you're using your talent and your gifts to uplift me.
Right.
That's special.
That's awesome.
And I appreciate that.
So what, I know just, you know, being a designer and just, you know, being busy and bogged down, what would you say is like your most difficult experience? Like, do you get backed up at times, or do you, like, if someone, because, you know, dealing with clients, they need something now, and they're like, hey, I got this event, like, I need it, you know, so do you ever run into?
I try to manage. You can't let people manage you. You have to manage the clients, because the clients know what they want. Okay, but you know what you can do, and you can't allow money to interfere with what you can do.
Right.
Sometimes we tend to overcommit ourselves to situations to get a sale. Okay, you put a lot more pressure on yourself, and you create an opportunity for failure when you operate outside of your abilities, or the people, or the abilities of your people. So I make it, number one, understood when there is the possibility of something not going right. I explain that to the client. This is the risk. This is the backup plan. This is, if you're good with this, then we do this or that. I think that I try not to have situations that are beyond my ability to deliver.
Right.
Okay, you won't have stress and certain things, but you have to manage expectations. People only get mad or upset or challenged when they have a thought process of an expectation that wasn't met. So how do you fix that? You ensure that you establish the expectation. Okay.
I think we have time for one more question. We've got the Oscars coming up, and you consider yourself the Black Tom Ford. Tell us a little more about that.
Well, Tom Ford is a phenomenal designer, and I say this because kind of like my clients have pegged me that, in that they go to Tom Ford. It's like, wow, they come in here and they say, wow, man, you got, you know, stuff like similar or whatever that you will see. Now, I do have my own style, and I think you'll see variations of what you will see him do, but I think a lot of times certain things you may see him do that, you know, like this jacket is a big lapel, so Tom does the wide lapel jackets. You know, I do mine with like the patch pockets. He may do a lot of times he does the oversized pockets. So I don't duplicate. You know, but you understand this too. I mean, really, whether you're talking about Tom, Miguel Wilson, Versace, anybody else, I mean, if you're making a suit, you're not creating nothing new. It's just variations of the same.
Right.
Okay, so you creating something, and so I think where the really value is definitely more so in the fit. You know, and certain designers can have signature design features that make it stand out as such and such. You mentioned, like when I showed you the one fabric, Dolce & Gabbana look.
Right,
so people could very well, depending on who you're talking about, say, you know, the black Dolce & Gabbana. I don't know.
Right.
You could say that. You could say well, understand this because in fashion, the Europeans, the non-people of color are not considered amongst the best.
Right.
Particularly as it relates to luxury. So when you're doing something that is luxury, they don't say, Miguel, oh, you're like such and such.
Exactly.
You understand? Now you're like him or like that them because none of us are considered on the top tier of the space. So I am a combination of a lot of different designers if you look at it, but uniquely me. So one day it won't be, you know, Miguel Wilson, the Black Tom Ford, will be just Miguel Wilson.
Right. So with me being the editor-in-chief of the KW Report, I'm really big on just different designers and just really like supporting those underground designers or key designers that are very influential in fashion. And so that's really, I think, key from what you're saying. Like, it's all about your aesthetic and how you design and, you know, your craftsmanship.
Right.
So that's really key.
You know, I have the same heart to do that. I actually have allowed other designers to carry some of the, you know, clothing and items in my stores that don't have access to a Buckhead location or a National Harbor location. I do a big event, a luxury event called the Atlanta Fashion and Polo Classic, in which I have an emerging designers fashion show. That designers from around the country who are up and coming, who have shown certain level of viability in fashion, have created a niche for themselves in a space, and these are the ones I look for to really allow them to shine, utilizing my network, my stage to spotlight and create, you know, opportunity.
Right.
So I applaud you, and I share the same spirit to do that.
And speaking of that, I know you were talking about the polo. I want to talk about your book. So we have the books here that was really captivating to me. I know this is one of your, because it's his day too.
Yeah.
Which is your day too.
Yeah.
Today.
So right. So this book, because it's his day too, Groom Love Stories, is a book I created to highlight something I thought needed to be shared. Every day, we serve a market of people that predominantly, we serve everyone first and foremost, okay? And I don't care who you are, we serve everyone. However, a lot of African American and Latino men come to us. The problem I have is that, you know, these guys come in and they're no different than the European or white clients we have. They love a woman.
Right.
They want, or it's a guy that loves a man, or a woman she loves her, whatever. It's love. And the thing is, though, a particular problem as relates to men is that it's not the way society portrays them or shows them. So we're not used to seeing black men or Latin men in love with a woman wanting to take care of her kids he may not have birthed. You know, and in an environment where you know, he wants to make the ultimate sacrifice for her. right? A relationship. So this book, in the title Groom Love Stories, is about highlighting these men in a way that they can be, to show the world,
Right.
you know, their little story about, you know, what they feel about, and the message is to the bride. So to be able to share their stories and be able to show men in that light, I thought was something I could do. I had a unique opportunity to do that others just haven't.
Where can people pick that book up?
MiguelWilson.com.
Okay,
website.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it was great. You know, this has been a great opportunity to speak with you today, Miguel, and so it's so many different things that you're involved in, and it's really good, that you have created such a amazing fashion house.
Thank you, man.
And,
well, before you end it, I'm gonna share with you one other thing
Yes.
of interest. You hand me the other book.
That's what I wanted to do.
This is something I must share with you.
Because I love this book.
Yeah, this is a friend of mine created this for me. This as a gift, but this is a collection of pictures from the Atlanta Fashion and Polo Classic, which is an event I created I wanted to create a luxury event in which our culture could be celebrated in an environment we traditionally aren't. So historically, when there's a polo match, which is considered the king's sport, right? It is a luxury. It's probably one of the most premier activities a person can be a part of.
And that's in September?
Yes. So I wanted to create it to where, and that's why I did the tagline, where culture and class connect. I wanted to be luxury, I wanted to be elegant, I wanted to be everything, but I also wanted to be our culture. So when it comes to the music, when it comes to the food, when it comes to the fashion,